Hey everybody, welcome back to another Destiny video. Today we're going over the new season of the Chosen trailer. Got a lot of new armor sets that I wanted to talk about and a lot of cool new things that they showed off this season coming up. Start out with, we got the roadmap here. Nothing too crazy here except I wanted to point out this Guardian Gains armor in the bottom. Looks really cool. I love the Hunter cloak. It's like full glow neon. The Warlock chest has this really cool glowing trim, and even that bond is really awesome with a huge glowing, looks like wings or like a butterfly maybe. Titan set looks pretty tame, but if you can see a little corner of that mark there, it looks like it's glowing as well. So it looks like we're gonna have some really cool class items with this armor set, and it's definitely going to be breaking my Bright Dust bank, I think. They've also teased the new Trials armor. You got the Titan here, the Hunter here, and the Warlock. Definitely some really cool old Chinese style vibes, I think. You can see it has a similar face mask of the Solstice helm for that Warlock, as that red like jewel. I'm assuming probably won't shader again. A lot of detail on these, like very maximalist. Got some cool screenshots from the trailer. They actually had the Trials armor being used in some action shots. You got the Hunter here. This first screenshot, you can see the nice Osiris branding on the shins. You can see a cool texture to the chest piece here. I love the detailing on the thighs as well. You can see the Cobra on the top of the cloak as well in this next screenshot, and those glowing red eyes. I'm assuming any of the Osiris logos will be glowing when you go flawless. Be really interesting to see if they do like a lot more glow. You see a lot of detailing on the chest there that it could possibly be glowing. We'll have to wait and see on that though. In the mid kick, you can see the top of the cloak, kind of a cool pattern there, and you can also see at the ends of the cloak it splits into two, probably to go along with that Viper like two fang vibe that the top of the cloak is giving off. There's also a quick shot of the Hunter doing a finisher with the Trials armor on as well later on in the trailer. You can see more of the detail on that forearm. You can kind of see the detail of the kneecaps and waist a little better in this picture. The next screenshot gives you great torso and up picture of the Trials armor for the Warlock. You can see that jeweled front of the helmet better here. And you can see all the fine detail work on the chest and the head. Really cool patterns and materials. Makes me kind of think of the Empyrean set a little bit. You can't see the bond very well in this picture, but it looks like it's going to be a pretty big bond. In my opinion, it kind of looked scarabby in the pictures I've seen, but there wasn't a great shot of it in this trailer. I also wanted to point out this Sparrow quick shot. The Warlock does have the Trials armor, it seems, but you can see this small like dagger on its back. I don't know if that's part of the armor. You can't really see it in the other shots, but I'm thinking it could possibly be like a special ammo sword, or maybe we're just getting a really tiny sword for power weapon. Let me know what you guys think of that though. I don't see anyone talking about that, but I think it's a really cool little detail that maybe people are missing. This last screenshot did have nice little detail on the thighs of the Warlock Trials armor. You can also see some wraps near the shins, and it looks like the forearms, which are just the arms I guess for the Warlock, will have this similar like wraps to the last season's or last year's Trials armor. That's interesting. The Titan Trials armor didn't get much love. Really quick shots. The armor shaded in like all blue as well for some reason. But you get to see the kneecap and the shin are got these red jewels in the middle of it. Really cool look. Kind of see the forearm and Osiris detailing on the arms in these couple shots here, and you can really see the helmet with the what I'm assuming will be those glowing circles going down towards the nose. And this last shot's can't see the head or anything, but kind of see the bottom of the torso a little bit, so I thought I'd include that. None of these shots really show off the mark, which is sad. You know, it's a big part of the Titans class specifically. But let's move on to the season armor. We have the non-ornament, just world drop legendary armor first. I think this looks really good. I think I'm in a major minority here, but I love this like leather and old worldy Middle Eastern vibe. Definitely different than what I think a lot of people think of for their ideal Destiny character, like Space Cowboy. But I think people really grow to like it. I think this simplistic version of the ornaments will be a lot easier to incorporate in your designs. Quickly you can see this Warlock chest piece, which I think looks really, really good. And pretty slim Titan shoulders for once. So those are huge pluses right off the bat for me. I think all these helmets have some really cool detail. I'm excited to see how they shade. I really like these hunter arms even. Really slim, really good. I think they'll go in with a lot of people's ideal, you know, Star Warsy vibe. The actual ornaments are kind of getting memed on, but this set right here could be some great transmog candidates for the people that really don't like the actual ornaments coming in the season pass. But let's talk about the seasonal ornaments as well. Like I said, I'm a big fan. I think it's really different armor, which can sometimes be really hard to incorporate in your sets, admittedly, because there's just not other armor sets that kind of fit the same theme, or, you know, it can be hard to match the motifs, I guess, in that sense. But really like the Titan has some crazy like Reggie Gigas vibes with the red dots in the helmet there. The shoulders are a little large. I probably won't be using them that much, but I do like the chest piece. Really cool detailing there. I'm really excited to shade these pieces of armor. Got a cool like yellow blue going on, but I think they can be elevated to another level. One thing I'd like to point out for the hunter, the cloak, I guess it's not really a cloak this time. It's literally a hood without a cloak, based on what we can see there. But it seems like they're not using that same cloak in these pictures as they are in the actual trailer. I'm not sure why, but it looks like the cloak just covers the entire helmet, which is crazy. I don't know how that's going to be incorporated into sets. Like your helmet just is not going to matter, it looks like. So it kind of almost looks like they have the non-ornament hunter helmet on in this whole trailer, whereas the other classes have the full armor set in the ornaments. Just an interesting thing I wanted to point out as well there. For the Warlock, got these interesting balls coming out of the head and the shoulders. I think it looks really regal. If those shade well, I could see that being kind of a cool like regal look. The cloak does cover a lot of the upper thigh, which is usually not my favorite, just because it kind of takes over the whole set. You know, it's very D2 year one, and some armor sets in the later years of Destiny 2 as well, like the Christ Ukraine did the same thing. Those are just really hard to make look unique because you don't really have much customization with the arms on Warlock. So eliminating legs really just turns your look into a helmet and a chest piece. On the back of these, you can see a lot more detail. I think you get the bond on the Warlock a lot. You get this cool little horn on the hip of the Warlock. You can see even more so that the hunter is actually wearing the base legendary armor cloak, because it actually has a cloak instead of that short cloak and full head cover. With the Titan, you can see the mark. I really like these like tassels that this got going on over there, And I'm hoping that red shades, because it's a really cool design, really long mark, and looks like it'd be pretty unique. Looks like the legs have some interesting back detailing as well. That might be a part of the mark. I mean, it probably is, but if that's just a part of the legs, that could be really interesting to work with. I love the details on the shoulders of the Titan as well. Really cool. I just love this set. I mean, there's so much detail. Such a cool look. Couple little action shots here. You can see the Titan mark really well in this picture. You can see some nice detailing in the hunter leg in the background there. Some cool like blades, very similar to the Isocrine legs in my opinion actually. Here's some action shots of that Warlock and the Titan. That Titan helmet is a little bit goofy, but I'm really interested to see how it can fit in along with some other armor. I really like the front of that Warlock helmet in this picture. It has like almost like a cross look, which is really interesting. The bond from the set looks pretty simplistic, no glow, kind of just like a metal grate kind of look. Here's a solo shot of the hunter in the new seasonal ornaments. Once again, has the base legendary cloak on, which is super interesting to me. I don't know why they're doing that. I don't know, more cinematic or more interesting. It's funny because it has that same mask as the seasonal ornament. So I guess they just thought they could get away with it. You can see the upper thigh on this hunter set. Really reminds me of the Vice armor set. So this is the one picture that actually has the hunter seasonal ornament on. You can see it's this short cloak, doesn't fully come down. The helmet is actually that mask part, so it doesn't cover the whole helmet, I guess. So it will matter a little bit what helmet you wear actually. But this is the first hunter cloak that is all hood and no cloak. We've done the reverse a couple or a few times now, and looks really cool, really interesting, definitely different. Here's a good side shot of the Warlock actually. A lot of detail on the boot, the shin. So really excited about that. Maybe these boots will be really nice with some other armor. Love the detail on this robes of these. Love the detail on the robes of this set as well. Cool like buttons in the front and the squares rolling down the thigh of the robes. Looks like the arms have this really interesting like gold ring near the wrist too. It'd be a little nice to make the arms pop out a little bit more in these not so good Warlock armor times. So I also wanted to show these last few sets. I was talking about the arms. You can see when the Warlock's actually using the new exotic bow, the arms are changed. They have these like fiery like exhaust ports. So those are definitely not in the seasonal ornaments. So I think this bow actually like covers your forearms when you have it equipped. Really interested to see what this equip animation for the bow looks like. I could see it like, you know, armoring your hands like some Iron Man stuff. That could be really interesting, but yeah, maybe it's a new exotic for the Warlock. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Either a new exotic or this bow like changes your arms. Really cool though, really cool. So finally we got the Eververse set, what we're assuming to be. A lot of Empyrean influence, and I'll say right now, if you're getting tempted to buy the Empyrean armor set, I say take a little break, take 1 week to think about it, because this new armor set has a lot of similar constellation themes. You can see the Titan mark really well here. That was early on in the trailer, but then we got the really Eververse armor clip, the Warlock in the back. You can see the like wings of the robes on the shoulder blades. It seems like the Warlock is kind of themed as like a Pegasus constellation. Really cool armor though. Here, the Hunter, you can see a lot of the detail on the boots. Kind of reminds me of the Great Hunt boots and the Empyrean boots, very similar. The helmet this is just like the small window that you can see the helmet for the Hunter, but it doesn't look anything too crazy. Very similar to that Icarus Drift helmet, actually, that's already in the game. Nice little wizardy top of the cloak. And the arms have this really cool, like, two spears coming out of the shoulder. You can also see the scorpion influences of the back of the cloak, that like scorpion tail near the ends. Super nice. This is definitely going to be a try hard set. I can feel that. Once again, the Titans kind of get shafted. The only really good shots you have is the Titan shoulder charging. So he's got this like red glow across him. Can't really see too much detail, but you can see the helmet looks like a bull or like the Taurus. And you got the very similar to the Empyrean shoulder plate, actually, with this giant bull on your shoulder. Really nice, though. The chest seems to have some fur in the back, near the shoulder blades, and near the back of the neck. You do have those bulls on both shoulders, which is nice. I think that'd be a little weird without the symmetry. It's kind of a blurry photo of the Warlock using the new caster sword. Looks to be a Trials sword, actually. But you can see just barely the wings a little bit better in this shot, so I thought I'd include it. Then you can see the finishing animation with another shot of the Titan, actually a little better. You can see the mark from the side has this cool like tusk running across the hip. And back to the Warlock, you can see like the tails of the robes look kind of like feathers. And you can kind of make out the bond is this like black horse head, kind of looks like a chess piece. And it's got these like projected scion wings that looks really cool in my opinion. Really like that set. The helmet looks pretty nice. Looks like it'll fit into a lot of different sets as well. And this last shot, you can kind of see the Titan legs. You can see it a little bit better in the earlier the trailer, but here you get a nice side view. You can kind of see the helmet a bit better as well. A lot of unique weapons in this trailer. It's really fun to go back and just kind of frame by frame it. A lot of details, a lot of quick shots, and I'm really hyped. I like all this armor. Super excited to get in there and try to make it work with a bunch of different other armor sets and different shaders. Let me know what set you're most excited about. Let me know how much you hate that seasonal ornaments, and I'll tell you you're wrong. I just think it's super cool. Love that Persian and Iranian influences. If you liked the video, like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments how excited you are for Season of the Chosen. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.